Chinese professor Di Dongsheng calls the dollar-denominated world a bubble and an American dream. Why does he see the Chinese currency soon uprooting the American dollar? Is America prepared for a yuan-denominated world? Hi everyone, welcome to Lei's Real Talk. I'm Lei. In my last video, I showed you the real agenda of China's Belt and Road. We watched Professor Di talk about the game plan to build a community of common destiny for all mankind. Part of creating this Chinese-controlled global community is to replace the American dollar with the Chinese renminbi or yuan as the world's reserve currency. Today, I'll discuss what this professor said about taking advantage of the pandemic as a rare opportunity to accomplish this goal. Professor Di first uses an analogy to describe the financial world controlled by the US dollar. He calls the dollar world a bubble and uses the Hindu deity named Brahma to represent the United States. Brahma is the creator god or the grandfather god in Hinduism. Let's take a look.
我们今天生活在什么呢？1971年之后，生活在主要大国的主权信用所塑造的一个大泡泡之中。那么在这个主权债务时代呢，无毛货币时代呢，我可以给美国梦提供一个新的解释。什么叫美国梦？这个美国梦呢，做梦的主体是美帝国，它有一个美元之梦，整个世界接受它的这样，其实都是在它的梦境中间，是吧？它就像那个翻天一样，当他情绪激动的时候，整个世界就繁荣；当他情绪低落的时候，整个世界就萧条。在这个基础上，我们再看中国梦，再看中华民族伟大复兴。
Professor Di said China became the world's major manufacturing country by absorbing Western investments, innovations, and capital. China exports its products to the West. It then uses the trade surplus to buy American and European debts. However, the pandemic and the change in American politics have shifted the dynamics and made this model challenging to sustain.
但这样一个循环现在变得越来越不可持续了。为什么呢？因为美国这个翻天，它开始梦醒了，美元之梦即将醒来这个它的新自由主义之梦做不下去了它即将醒来。美国人民至少有一半美国人民不愿意再持续这样一种全球化之梦。最典型的就是特朗普获得了将近一半的美国人民的选票，那一半人民并没有被他欺骗，那一半人民就是旗帜鲜明支持要搞逆全球化的。西方世界变老了，也变小气了，不愿意再买我们的东西，也消费不动我们那么多东西了所以整个这样一个符合相互依赖呢，继续发展的空间很小了。假如说以前我们中美之间的共生，中国被纳入到美元之梦的梦境中间我们成为他们体系的一部分，我们跟他们一起塑造了一个大泡泡，是吧？就是中国生产，美国消费，是吧？中国持有债权，但是美国可以通过不断的印钱，不断的扩张它的央行资产负债表来稀释我们的债权。那这样一个游戏不可持续了之后怎么办？那以后呢，我们跟全球体系的外围50亿人塑造一个新的债权债务泡泡
Please note that the 5 billion people on the outskirts of this global system he mentioned are the countries along the Belt and Road route. Part of Beijing's plan is to leverage the Belt and Road Initiative to boost the yuan's circulation in developing countries. My previous video discusses this in detail, and you can watch it by clicking the link at the end of this video. Professor Di said that the pandemic has provided China with a golden opportunity that hasn't been seen in 100 years. The US government's excessive printing of the dollar during the pandemic has diluted the value of its debts and promoted countries to step up their de-dollarization effort, particularly in the emerging market. This is the golden opportunity that Professor Di was referring to. He envisions a world denominated by the Chinese currency, the renminbi.
但是我们在这个新旧两个泡泡中间的地位和角色是不一样的。以前我们是进入了别人的梦境中，以后我们就是那个做梦的主体，我们转变成全球的中心也就是中国的国债 将成为全球价值的基准啊。然后我们的中国人民的消费啊，成为全球最大市场。那么新泡泡跟旧泡泡之间差别在什么地方啊？在旧泡泡中间，我们是债主，但是在新泡泡中间，我们是价值基准的那个确定者，那个定价货币将来会是人民币。
This is not just a talk given by a professor. This is the actual plan that the Chinese have implemented. Last April, right after the pandemic broke out, the professor suggested that the Chinese government leverage the opportunity presented by the worldwide shortage of the dollars to attract more global investors. He urged the central government to provide the liquidity of Chinese currency to foreign countries and companies that are short of dollars. Guess what? Bloomberg reported in February that the Chinese yuan is becoming the currency of choice for cross-border payments, with global transactions reaching their highest level in 5 years since 2016. Last April, he proposed offering higher yields to foreign investors to compete with the dollar in order to take advantage of the extremely low interest rate the US government offers, specifically issuing special treasury bonds to improve domestic employment and Chinese buying power. Well, according to a Financial Times October report, during the pandemic, Beijing sold dollar debt directly to US buyers for the first time, with a $6 billion offering drawing record demand. The Chinese bonds' high yields attracted investors. Financial Times also reported that foreign funds worth more than 1 trillion renminbi poured into China's domestic capital market last year, and claimed that China became investors' only choice. China's media outlet Sina reported last month, in March, that China had signed currency exchange agreements with 40 countries, claiming that the scale of renminbi exchange has reached 3.47 trillion yuan, becoming the largest exchange currency. Like Professor D said in the video, it was a golden opportunity to get the world deeply tied into China's economy and currency. So, is America prepared for a yuan-denominated world? Let me know what you think by leaving me comments. Here's the video called Community of Common Destiny to understand the other half of China's Belt and Road agenda. And the video about copycat strategy is a good one that gives you 2 case studies on how China competes with the world. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.